Welcome to the Millspouse Coffee House Podcast. Your podcast baristas Leslie and Brittany have a latte on their minds.
My kid gets in the dishwasher, that's the first thing she grabs is the knife.
To like use all the help. All the help.
Am I the only one that's weirded out by that situation?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask.
You don't have to get dressed. You can do online hungover, y'all.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Here are your hosts, Leslie and Brittany.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Millspouse Coffee House.
Hello, hello. How are y'all today? How are you, Brittany?
I'm okay. How are you, Leslie?
Great. It is a good morning day.
A good morning day.
That's what my kid always says.
a good morning day. I like that. It's a good
Yes.
morning day today, everybody. We hope you're having a good morning day, no matter what time it is.
Yes.
Maybe it's 10 p.m.
Right. I mean, it's just always a good morning day.
It's always a good morning day. I like that. Hashtag good morning day.
Yes. Yeah. It's cute.
Well, we are now week 157,000 in quarantine.
At least. Oh my gosh. It's too much.
We hope that everybody is hanging in there, and I know some of the restrictions are starting to lift soon. So I'm hopeful that that doesn't mean that this is going to come back. It probably will at some point, but whatever. You know, I'm just hopeful that it's not a, you know.
Yeah, quick funny story about quarantine life. So Lula May and I were taking a walk yesterday, and a few blocks down, there's a cat lady that has like 11 or 12 cats.
Oh.
I feel like there's more, but we can always count that many.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen her before because she's a cat lady, so she stays inside. Well, yesterday she came out. Okay. And Lula said hi to everybody. And so she's like, hey, and it was this older lady, basically what I pictured the cat lady to look like. It was her. And she waved to us, feeding her cats on the porch. And then on our way back, she had gotten in her car and was backing out of the driveway. And she rolls down the window and is like, hey, do you have a mask? And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Like, do not yell at me for not wearing a mask. We are outside. And so I kind of got defensive for a second, but then she gets out and she was like, oh, if you guys don't have masks, would you like some?
Oh.
And so she ended up being really nice. And I was like, okay. So I had to process for a second. Are you giving me a mask? And then I'm like, number one, I know how many cats you have outside. I can't imagine how many are inside. So like, what is the situation with these masks? And so she gets out. She's like, don't worry. And everything's sanitized. And she gets them out of the bag. And I mean, they had not used them. And she explained to me that she just carries around extras because she's old, so she wants everybody to wear the mask. So I do understand that.
Yeah.
And we ended up just talking, and it was actually really nice. So the cat lady down the street is a nice woman.
Well, that's nice. It's almost like it's almost like she had to like stop because she doesn't know how to talk to people and was like, do you have a mask? And then she's like pulls back and she's like, wait a second.
Right.
I need to redo that. And it was out nicer.
It was just a really interesting situation.
Like, maybe she practices that in the mirror and then she like realized that was the wrong way to.
I feel like the only reason she left her house was to go hand out masks.
Well,
however, she told me, because she told me that she bought them at a place down the road and they were 10 for $30.
Oh.
I don't know what masks run for, but I know they're marked up hugely online right now. But she gave me 3, and then I kind of was like, dang it, now I got to give somebody $10 worth of stuff.
Well, why don't you give her cat food?
That is a great idea. I should do that.
You know, give her some. I don't know what her cats eat. I'm sure they'll eat anything. So
that's a good idea.
Give her some cat food.
Yes, I'll give her cat food. And have Lula drop it off.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop it off, like, because we all have, like, gates that are out by the street, so you can't go into anybody's, like, doorstep. But, I'll have Lula write a little note. Thank you.
Nice.
It was nice. And she's like, do you have more kids? Here you go. And actually, I will say they are nice masks.
Well, good. I know a lot of people are like really making masks like crazy. Like our Riveter, they're the Millspouse purse company, and they it's military spouses that sew the different pieces but they basically shifted from making those purses to making masks, and a lot of people are doing that on Etsy. And also, I heard a tip that if you can't get hand sanitizer, you can either make it yourself, but like Etsy is the place to go to get hand sanitizer.
Oh,
because I think technically it's like alcohol, rubbing alcohol, not drinking alcohol, but it's like rubbing alcohol and aloe vera is hand sanitizer.
I feel like, that's basically what
it is. So
I think the word on the street is 80% alcohol.
Yes.
You can figure that out, which Everclear is almost there, guys. Wow. So just saying.
Make some...
You got to do what you got to do.
Boozy hand sanitizer, right?
Yeah. So. But another thing the cat lady said about the mask, she just throws them on her dashboard. So if you're somewhere where it's really hot, it like bakes anything that you need, since coronavirus dies in the heat, which I feel like is a really unscientific situation. No one quote me on this. I don't need, CNN coming after me saying I'm giving false claims.
Well, but I also
medical claims.
I feel like the cloth ones you can just throw in the washer and dryer, and sanitize those. So I think whatever people are doing, I know a lot of like on base they're having to wear the masks, and I haven't personally. We haven't really been going out anywhere, so I haven't had to put on a mask yet, and I'm not putting on a mask when I go outside, and like if I've been walking a lot.
Yeah, I'm outside
because there's no people, like there's no people around me, so. Yeah.
No, and that would be silly because, like, if I'm trying to work out now, I can't breathe. Yeah. But I will say, because I have gone to the grocery store with and without a mask. Now, when I go without, it's kind of awkward because there's only a handful of people that don't have them. But when I have worn one, I am one of those people that is, like, touching it and pulling at it and putting hands all over my face, and that defeats the whole freaking purpose.
Well, they say one of the reasons why we're wearing the masks is not really to protect other people. It's to protect us, so that if you, like, touch something, your phone, and then you like touch your face, the mask is to prevent you from touching. Like we went to Home Depot yesterday during the day, because preschool's still open, whatever. We had to go. Jesus. I know we had to go to Home Depot for our house. So my husband and I went, and this man had a mask on, and it was covering just his mouth, like his nose was popping out. And I was like, you might as well just rub your face on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, it just is kind of silly because nobody is doing it the right way.
Right.
And for me, I'm making more of a mess and I'm contaminating more people when I'm wearing it. Because when I'm not wearing it, I'm very conscious of how close I am to people, and I'll get away from them or whatever. But I just am touching it, and then I'm touching stuff, and that is worse than me just not wearing it.
I know.
So
I know.
There's my 2 cents on that mask situation.
Masks. We hope that you guys are, wearing them when necessary, and that you have access to them, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm grateful the ones I got because my mom is as an essential worker. She's doing school lunches, and they have to wear them obviously. So the ones, and she got one that was not comfortable, and she couldn't breathe in it. So the cat lady saved the day with masks that don't suffocate. And that's going to kind of lead us into what we're talking about. She is ambitious for handing out masks on the streets.
Way to go on that segue. I feel like we should have the like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, we should.
Tumble out of bed.
We should do that. A cup of ambition.
Pour myself a cup of ambition.
That's what we're talking about, guys. Cup of ambition.
So, all right. So I got this idea on a walk, of course, because that's when I think best. I was listening to another podcast called Dolly Parton's America. Okay, if you have not heard this, like Dolly Parton's one of my idols. I love her. I don't necessarily like love all her music, but I love everything that she's about, and all of that kind of stuff. And there's a podcast called Dolly Parton's America, and it basically tells the story of her life. And they constantly have that dun, 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 9 to 5, if you guys don't know what we're talking about. It's Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. And it's basically the working song. And it
9 to 5.
There's a line in it saying, pour myself a cup of ambition. So meaning coffee, obviously. And with us being the Millspouts Coffee House, I thought it would be really cool for us to talk about what are we working on during this time? Now, we don't have to be working on anything, but like, what is your cup of ambition? Like, what is in your cup of ambition? And so we reached out and just put out a call to our listeners to kind of we used a hashtag Cup of Ambition to see what we've been working on. We just wanted to give a shout out to a couple of people who have shared with us what they are working on, and we want to make sure that you guys check them out as well. So real quick, I'm going to go run down these shout outs. First one goes to Access to Motion Dance Company, and they provide dance and wellness programs to the military community. They are now offering virtual youth dance classes starting April 28th and adult classes to follow. So they are right now on Vandenberg Air Force Base with programs coming to a base near you in 2021. And you can find them at accesstomotion.com. So this is from, yeah.
And youth is great. That's Lula and I probably do that once a day because we were about to put her in ballet. And then of course, everything shut down. So we do ballet classes. And if I'm doing like fitness dance classes, she does it with me. It's great.
Oh, that's fun. Well, Genevieve was in dance class, and her recital is actually supposed to be in May, like May 15th or 16th or something like that. And she loves dance. Like she's been doing it for a couple of years now, and they moved their classes to virtual classes on Zoom. So it's really funny to see the teacher trying to like get these 4 and 5-year-olds to pay attention on Zoom. Like one of them's like laying on the floor in her living room.
Oh, bless all teachers of all kinds. Oh,
I know.
My gosh,
I know.
It's such a mess.
Nuts.
That
sounds cool.
Is that?
Yes. It's called Access to Motion, and their Instagram is Access to Motion DC. So definitely check that out. I'm actually going to find and see if they're, I don't know. I'm going to check it out. It looks really cool. So
y'all do that too.
Great. And the next one is Brittany Nevels, and she's a serial entrepreneur and is in the process of launching 2 new brands. Mocha Message is a line of coffee mugs, and new mugs are released weekly and customer requests are accepted. She's also launching Our Military Love. It's a collection of military-specific merchandise, and both companies can be found on Facebook. So Brittany Nevels, if you want to get in touch with her and you can't find My Mocha Message or Our Military Love on Facebook yet, just reach out to us and we will put you in connection with Brittany. Thank you, Brittany.
We like them coffee mugs.
Yeah, we love our coffee. We need something to pour our that's our cup of ambition, right? We gotta pour our coffee in there.
There you go, Brittany. There is an idea.
Yeah.
Put it on the mug.
Put it on the mug. Okay, the next one, we only have a couple more, and because we're all doing some great things out there. This is Shannon, and her Instagram handle is revolution_dietitian. And she's an Air Force spouse, and she's trying to do what she can during the quarantine to support people, especially our military spouse community. So she and her kids created a free Facebook workout community. Her kids are 5 and 7, and it's called Kids Workout Club. That's really cool.
That is neat.
It's fun, fun workouts for young kids. And then she's also a registered dietitian with a virtual practice. And since we're all adjusting to a new routine, she's sharing 20 ways in 20 days on Instagram and Facebook. There's simple tips we can all do now to help promote good health. And so just check her out, revolution_dietitian on Instagram. And then Kids Workout Club looks like it's on Facebook, and it's a Facebook group. So I think if you just look in the groups for Kids Workout Club, then you can find that there. So thank you, Shannon, for sending that in. And you know what? That's actually it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
I know.
Stuff for us, stuff for the kids. I know the struggle is real with them kids at home.
I know. Gosh.
Well, and not being in a routine. So things like the workout club or the dance classes, you can like add them in a routine and do them at the same time every day. And that's really, really helpful.
Yeah.
For kids, especially those kids that really need or enjoy like the routine of school.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a big struggle for a lot of kids right now, and then it's a struggle for the parents, and
we're just all struggling right now. We're just trying to do the best that we can, which also another thing that you could do to do your cup of ambition is to sign up for 90-day VA.
Yes.
Esther's program.
Is ambitious.
Use that time. 90-day VA is our season 3 sponsor, and it's a program where you can sign up and learn how to be a virtual assistant. sometimes the classes start at specific times. However, there are other programs that go on, I think, that are self-paced on a regular basis. So you can check it out at 90dayva.com and get started and become a virtual assistant. It's really not that hard, and you get access to Esther's network, and it's a great program to get involved with. So
Yeah,
that
I
could
like
be
that.
your cup of ambition.
Yeah, I mean that program. I mean, I know we've been saying it all season, but you guys, it is fantastic.
Yeah,
So
it really is. I actually have a couple of friends who signed up for it. They're not military spouses, but they ended up signing up for it, and they love it. They're getting a lot out of the program. So definitely.
and then there's a job somewhere.
And there's a job somewhere, right?
Yes, so that's great. So what's your cup of ambition?
Well, so we have a lot of things that are happening with our family. We're PCSing soon, or we're like kind of in that holding period, or it's kind of a weird time for those of us who are PCSing. But we sold our house, thank goodness, and we have some changes happening just with our location. So we'll be PCSing soon, but I have been working on a couple of things, just trying to educate myself on some different things that I potentially want to do, maybe real estate, project management. So I've been reading up on that. And then I know, like us as a podcast, we had a call yesterday about some exciting things. So
that's where I was going with my
so you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, guys. So we are ready to amp up the podcast. Yeah, we appreciate all of you sticking around for so long, and I'm sure that you've heard us say before that we started this just as like a bucket list thing, and we really didn't think anybody was going to listen to us. But we do. So we're going to come out when season 4 starts. There's going to be a lot more resources that we're going to provide. We're going to start bringing you the things that you want to know, like experts in fields. So we're going to talk finances. We'll do a little bit of TRICARE, but we ain't going to be boring about it. But like fitness, diets, DIY, whatever you guys need, and especially right now, because we've been talking a lot about like sanity, keeping your sanity, and taking advantage of the time that you have to learn new things. So we're going to just start whipping up the resources to do that. And, I'll be in a lot more than I am now. It's gonna you'll see my face a lot, and I'm taking on all the social media and the production. Well, Brittany's more production, but we're gonna amp it up, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, we've got lots of really great plans and connections and just people who want to work with us. So we're really excited about where we're going to go in season 4. We actually only have 2 episodes left in season 3, and then we're going to take a small break, maybe a couple months, and then we'll ramp back up again at the end of the summer for season 4, which the date for that still to be determined. But if anybody has any interest on guest blogging for us, if you want to do a how-to video, if you want to sponsor an episode, we're coming to YouTube. We release the episodes on YouTube, but we're coming to YouTube in a different way. I used to have a blog called MilSpouse Resource, and I took down, it started it in 2015, and I took down the blog about a year ago because I just wasn't blogging anymore. And so it really was just a Facebook page. So MilSpouse Coffee House has adopted that Facebook page, and it's now The Resource by MilSpouse Coffee House. So that's where we're going to share a lot of our how-to videos, and then the podcast episodes will be more on our Facebook page and Instagram and whatnot. But if you're interested in working with us on any of those, or if you want to do a season sponsorship or anything, reach out, hello@milspousecoffeehouse.com.
Yes.
And
all the things. And if you want to know something from us, we also need those too. We've got some baseline ideas, but and it can be, you guys, it can literally be anything that you want. Like we can do fitness, we can do like how to 2-step, we can find you somebody to teach you 2-step.
I mean, it could be like how to change a tire. It could be, it really could be anything.
Yeah. And it's, it's going to be free for now. And we don't really know what we're going to do, but it'll be free. And, I know there's a ton of stuff. There's a lot of things on Base, but we all know that Base doesn't do the best job of advertising and getting it out there.
Right.
So yeah, we're all in for you guys. You know, we really appreciate y'all's support, and it's basically our giving back at this point.
Yeah.
And we're really excited. So whether you have something to share, or you want to know something from us or the experts that we find in that field, let us know. We are all ears.
We are all ears. Yes. So I love what you just said a minute ago about we're there for you. What did you? I can't remember.
We're giving back.
We're giving back. That's exactly what you just said. Sorry, I don't know.
It's fine.
I need some more coffee.
No kidding.
We're giving back to you. That is our cup of ambition, is giving back. We want to get better and really zero in on certain things where we've seen you guys having requests already. And so this is for you. This is the reason why you guys are the reason why we're here.
Yeah, we've been doing this. We're gone 3 years at this point.
Well, 2 years. It's 3 seasons, but it's
3
two.
seasons,
It's actually
2 years,
2
yeah.
years. Yeah, because I was like, are we 2 years or 3 years? But so we've been around for a little while, you know. So at this point, we've learned
Right.
a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Please refer back to episode 1 if you dare.
Yeah, the first season had some great things about it. Had some wonderful things about it, but there are also things that we go back and listen to and we're like,
cringe. But, you know, just speaking of cup of ambition, guys, and I say this all the time, if you want to do something, just go for it. You've got to be ambitious. You know, we literally had no idea what we were doing, and we just went for it. And here we are, ready to, you know, we've learned all the things. Well, we haven't learned all the things, so you're never going to know everything. But we're just ready to amp it up. And we've acquired so many skills in this process. And it was just trial and error. Trial and error and Google.
Definitely trial and error and Google and lots of coffee for sure.
Yeah.
So
that's all you need.
Thank you for sticking around with us for that long. Or if this is your first episode, you know, you may have skipped around and this is your first episode listening to us. We really appreciate you. And we're here for you. So let us know what you need.
Yeah. And it's just a great time to do it's a great time to just reflect on things that you want to do in this, like, you know, quarantine life, things that you want to do. You know, things that your bucket list stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you may not be able to go out and do it, but it's a great time to sort of lay the foundation for such things. Like you mentioned real estate. Great time to study real estate right now. Get your license.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would love to do that too.
That's always been something that's been like at the back of my mind.
Right.
And we're kind of getting close to the end of, you know, to my husband's retirement, because I don't want to start until we stop moving.
Right. Yeah.
You got to build a client base, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, that's another topic for another day.
I know. I feel it.
But y'all, thank you again for sticking around and listening to us. We'll be back again in 2 weeks, and we have 2 episodes left. So
and then it's summertime, which basically it's summertime right now. I mean,
in Florida,
everybody. Well, yeah, everybody's home though. Like kids are still there.
Yeah.
It's a free for. I don't know. It's probably not a free for all at anybody's house but mine. That's a lie. It's definitely a free for all other places.
Yeah,
I know you guys.
I think it's more than just your house.
I know what's happening. It's mimosas. As soon as coffee is done, we're switching. I know who you are. Shout out.
Take that shot if that's for you. You know, take a shot every time that we say cup of ambition.
If that's what you need, do it. I think that I will say the memes that are coming out of quarantine life are hilarious.
Yeah,
like
I've seen some pretty good ones.
And the parenting and the Tiger King memes. Like, it's just people have a lot of time on their hands.
Yes, they do. And sometimes some of them don't, actually. You know, that's another thing too. Like if you're a mom and you're working and you're homeschooling and you know, you got all kinds of stuff to do around the house, you probably don't have time. And your cup of ambition is literally just to get through the day. And that's great too, you know.
Exactly. I know. There's a lot of, you know, you're totally right. For those people, it's a lot. And literally just making it through the day. Keeping children alive, like, if that is your goal, it's all good.
Yeah.
You can't put too much pressure on ourselves. Because at the end of the day,